We're at the Farm Progress Show down in Boone, Iowa, joined by Ryan Blasiak, Harvest Marketing Manager with Case IH. And Ryan, this machine behind us is the new 250 series combine. What's new with this latest combine from Case?
Absolutely. So what we've done is we've taken those principles of the axial flow combine, the self-leveling cleaning system, the single rotor, and we've improved upon that. So new for the 250 series this year is we have an all-new redesigned feeder house, and then walking up through the machine here, so we have adjustable cage vanes, which is now an option. So a lot of producers, that's what sets us apart, is we have the ability to control that crop mat through the machine to understand, do I need to spend less or more time in the threshing and separation area? And that really can impact me as far as cracks, brokens, or even straw quality. So now that we have the ability to do it easily from inside the cab here, awesome feature. And then moving back through the machine, we have a all-new 2-speed ground drive, so that gives me better tractive effort and a wider speed range in all conditions, and especially in those conditions where maybe, before I couldn't quite get out of the field in second gear or third gear, and I had to stop and shift. So now I don't have to stop and shift because I have that tractive effort that really allows me to power up those hills. And then finally, lastly, my favorite thing, which is the new AFS Harvest Command automation system. So truly forward-thinking, very proactive. So we utilize a lot of different sensor technology, so over 16 different sensors to control 7 different combine functions. So with those 16 sensors, we're controlling forward ground speed, rotor speed, fan speed, upper sieve, pre-sieve, lower sieve, and then lastly, we're doing rotor cage angle position. So really we're adjusting how that machine responds in the crop, and with that there's 4 modes of operation. So we have performance mode, which is focusing on grains, really maximizing grain savings while optimizing the sample and then still looking at throughput. And then we have grain quality, which is utilizing the camera that looks at 5 different wavelengths to understand, do I have cracks, brokens, material other than grain, or unthreshed heads. And then, so it's focusing on grain quality, and then it's also looking at grain savings and then optimizing throughput. And then lastly, we have max throughput and fixed throughput, which is allows the operator to say, okay, I have a logistic condition such as I can't get enough grain to the bins, or my truck broke down, or I only have so much room left in my bins, so I need to control my throughput. So then you can control it, and if you have a hailstorm coming in Canada and you need to get the crop in as quick as possible, you can do that with max throughput.
You must have just been in Alberta recently.
I was, yeah, 40 mile an hour winds on a sustained basis, so absolutely.
Yeah. So with that feature, we're seeing increasing automation in combines. What does that mean in terms of overall efficiency from an operator perspective? I guess that makes somebody who's a junior driver, helps them make sure they have the right settings along the way?
Absolutely. And the thing that sets us apart from the competition is we don't have to establish that bench line. So some of the competitors out there have to establish a bench line, and then the machine adjusts to that. The problem with that is if the operator can't establish a bench line, let's say he's just a driver in that case, then it's no good, right? So where ours is constantly optimizing that sample and what is seen on the machine, it allows that inexperienced operator to be a seasoned professional. And one of the things that I found is it helps coach you too, right? So if you're in those conditions, let's say maybe you've got a couple seasons under your belt, you understand the principles of combining, what allows you to understand, right, I'm getting to a very hard thresh condition, it slows down the cage vanes, and it allows it to spend more time in that threshing area to really separate those kernels off of the head itself. So it allows to help coach the operator too in certain situations what he needs to do. And lastly, it allows that experienced operator after those long days, when do I need to make the changes to my combines most? Probably around dusk, right? As things start getting tougher, the crop starts drying out, or even early in the morning, and that's when I'm most tired, right? So I'm not making those changes, which is affecting my throughput, my grain quality, and my grain savings. So that allows even that experienced operator to benefit from that as well.
Finally then, Ryan, what's the plan in terms of making this available to farmers and getting it onto into real action?
Absolutely. So this is model year 19 machine, so they'll start shipping out here in Q4. So our dealers are taking orders for those right now. So go to your local Case IH dealer, find out more. We have this great video that's been playing behind us here to help understand. So this is exactly how the automation system thinks. So for the different conditions, this is what the logic will tell the system to do and how to function. So really a great feature. A lot of customers. We've got a combine product specialist in Canada who's been doing it for over 40 years. I'm sure if you've seen a red combine, you know who he is. He's a legend up there. And we got out behind the machine in canola, and he said, this machine can set the machine as good as me, if not better. So he kind of was a little quiet about that better part, but very impressive. So we've seen a lot of great testimonials and a lot of experiences so far to the customers that have demoed it.
All right. Thank you very much for your time, Ryan.
Absolutely. Thank you.